two, three, four. 400,000 subscribers. To everybody who has been here with this channel from the day one, and if you are just new, thank you very much from Eat Read Loving. I am very, very excited for all the new things that we are bringing up. So I will see you guys again. Keep liking, keep subscribing, keep sharing. I'm just excited until we reach another 100,000 for 500,000, 500,000 soon. Bye, guys. Hi everyone, welcome to your monthly horoscope with Dr. Pai. Just to give you guys an idea on how we do the prediction. First things first, it's a general prediction. Your own dasha, Mahadasha, Antardasha has to be considered first before any kind of general prediction. So that's always the starting point. And then, of course, just also as transit, there are point systems. There's a lot of things, Ashtak Varga, that you have to look for and how transit can affect you. But this is a general prediction, so just, take it lightly. We try our best, as accurate as possible, where the planets are going to be affecting us on a general level. And also, we do practice Vedic sidereal Indian astrology, just to clear things. We do not practice tropic astrology. So without further ado, let's start your reading. All right, Libra, so we have Dr. Pai for our monthly horoscopes, and let's begin. Take it away, Dr. Pai.
Namaste, everybody, and thank you, Sal, for having me here for the monthly horoscope. You're doing Libra, Ascendant, and Moon for the month of March 2020. Okay, Librans, this month I can see that your Lagna Lord, which means your Lord of the Ascendant, which is Venus, is in the seventh house. So it's going to be a good time. But what I want to say, it's also the eighth house Lord. Eighth house can bring in sometimes something which is chronic in a relationship that you're going through. You really need to weed them out because Venus will be going through a period called the Gandanta. So it will be moving from the sixth house to the seventh house. And the Gandanta period is between 25th of February to about 3rd of March. So when we start this month, between the 1st and the 3rd of March is when Venus will be really in a position which is not able to. And let me tell you, because it's your ascendant that represents your body as well. So that's one area of your life that you really need to take care of. So body means health. Why I'm saying specifically about health is because Venus, wherever it is transiting now in Pisces, and it will be moving into Aries, and it's a sixth house. Pisces is the sixth house for you, Librans. And when I see Saturn in transit in Vedic astrology, we say is aspecting with the third aspect to the sixth house, and Mars from um, Sagittarius with his fourth aspect is also aspecting. Okay, so that's why the sixth house is going to be very heavy duty. Another thing that I also see is the heavy duty energies on your career, because when I see your 10th house of Cancer is again hammered by Saturn and Mars, which means you can see some sort of aggression, some sort of delay which could be there at work, as well as in terms of service as well. So these two areas are definitely going to be very heavy duty. Another thing that I've also seen with Librans for this month, what I see is Rahu is transiting your ninth house. And in Vedic astrology, when Rahu, the north node of the moon, is transiting the ninth house, it means you won't be interested in a lot of spirituality or religious things, because Rahu cannot give you anything that has to be aligned. So imagine that you have been doing a lot of practices in the past of yoga, or going to meditation. Now is the time that you feel lethargic. You just say, I don't want to be doing this. This is not helping me. I don't want to do any mantras. I don't want to pray to God. I don't want to go to the church or temple or the mosque, because I don't feel any difference in my life. So this is a very low phase because Rahu is transiting in Ardra Nakshatra. So when I say Rahu is in Ardra, in the constellation of Ardra Rahu, it can give you sometimes some tears related to your guru or your teacher or your father, because it's in the ninth house, and Ardha is connected to tears as well. Okay. Another theme that I also want to say, Librans, for this month, with Jupiter in the third house and with Venus in the seventh house, which is transiting, good time for you for travel. I see long distance travels. Rahu in the ninth house, these are all called the travel houses. Third house, seventh house, ninth house, and 12th house are called travel houses. When you have planets going there, especially Rahu in the ninth, Jupiter in the third, Venus in this thing, good time for travel. I think your short travels or short enterprises as well. Third house is called where you take a lot of courage to do certain things. For example, any short enterprises that you wanted to always start but you couldn't do. Okay, you wanted to open up a coffee shop, or you wanted to do something that you're always some enterprise, being an entrepreneur. This is the time, I think, is what you would really shape up your things. Saturn in the fourth house for Librans, home related matters, in terms of peace of mind, you wouldn't be spending a lot of time at home because of Venus being there, sorry, Saturn being there. So even if you're at home, you'll feel very lethargic and slow. Your day moves very, slowly, and you're mostly on the bed. So maybe you have to make the most out of this time to really come out and do something very different. Sun Mercury in the fifth house, which is excellent. Why I want to say that is because Mercury is the ninth house lord and the 12th house lord, again in the fifth house of creativity, originality, um, also doing things that you always wanted to do. So Sun is 11th house lord, which will get you gains as well. So I feel this is a great transit for you, especially when you want to make more money or you want to set up something. So this will be a good month for all the Librans.
That's perfect, Dr. Pai. Dr. Pai, question with their third house, because it's like Mars moved from Scorpio to Sag, and you mentioned earlier that they're experiencing Gandanta in from Venus exalted in Pisces going to Aries, and they also experience something in their environment, which is Mars. Moving from their second house, speech, family, finances, and then there's that karmic knot that has been that has gone through now to their third house, which is their courage, their will. Is there anything that might change for Libra for their third house, Dr. Pai?
Yeah, third house is also about younger siblings. Okay, so there might be something significant related to younger siblings that might be happening, because Ketu is also there, something which is also the Karaka, we say, is a significator of giving some split. So there might be certain decisions, contracts you have to be a little more careful about, because now Mars and the south node of the moon, which is Ketu, are together in the third house of communication. Sometimes I feel Librans, you could really um, go out of handle. You might really, not be able to control your communication and your speech. So be very careful about that. Yeah, Jupiter is there, going to support you, is going to be good. But remember, there is some transitions that are happening in the middle of the month, which is between 21st of March, when Mars is going to move out of there. Then you will feel much more relieved. But till Mars is going to be there, I feel, because Mars is also about, it's called Marana Karaka. Maraka, sorry. Maraka means, which is the second house Lord of Mars and seventh house Lord in the third house. So it has a way of trying to focus on the third house. Also remember, these areas of your body, your neck, your shoulder, these areas will definitely have something very prominent that you should be looking for.
See. Now, Dr. Pike, since you've mentioned also earlier part of the nakshatras, and you are the master of nakshatra, on around March 15, actually, Mars is sitting in Purva Ashada, which is their natural lord is Venus, and Purva Ashada is known as someone who can plan a lot of things. It's good at strategizing, and it's a winning star. And is there anything that they can use with Mars? Because Mars is the general, and now it's sitting with Venus together, and then they have Venus right now in their seventh house. Is there any specific that they should plan out for this time?
Oh yeah, for sure. Because you know why? Purvashara, as you mentioned about this constellation, is this asterism is also said to be birth star of Mars in some of the classic books in astrology. Because Purvashara means when you prepare for going to a battle. Now,
Yeah.
when I'm saying battle, is not the battle that you really think on the field
Mhm.
that you do, but every day is you're raring to go out,
Yeah.
get things done as much as possible. Especially when Mars is in the third house, it's a great time for paying off your bills. What I say
Mhm.
is Tuesday should be chosen to pay off your bills because Mars rules your first house and the eighth house in the natural zodiac. So
Mhm.
great time to pay off your bills, your credit card bills. That's one thing. Also because you said Venus is in the seventh house, so
Yeah.
it's going to be quite high intense relationships because remember, Venus is also the eighth lord for Librans,
Mhm.
and it's the first house lord as well.
I see.
So some transformations in relationships for sure.
Mhm.
But because Venus is going to go over this constellation called Ashwini,
Yes.
I'm very hopeful that things related to relationships are really going to speed up very well. And even some of the work that you always wanted to do, especially getting a car or uh, going towards traditional holistic healing therapies, which I say, like homeopathy, Ayurveda, Chinese medicine, and herbs, that's probably the choice that you will make more than allopathy.
I see. It's interesting that you mentioned Dr. Pai about settling bills and credit card because Mars is also the karaka for debts. So now they
Yes.
have the energy to really strategize, settle out any outstanding bills that they haven't paid, and it's and then and then this energy would be helping them through this period in March. So that's good. Now, last Dr. Pi is their house of comfort. I'm sure it's gonna be a year, 2.5 years, sorry, of Saturn there. Is there anything that Librans can do? Because of course, it can slow things down in their home life. But is there anything that they can do with Shiny being in their fourth house, Dr. Pai?
Yeah. See, this is a very wonderful thing, or rather, I would say, whenever Mars is going to transit into Capricorn in the fourth house on in the middle of the month, around 21st. Okay, from 22nd onwards, what I would see is when Mars and Saturn are together, in general in Vedic astrology, Mars is, as you said, is a significator of payment of debts.
Yes.
But Saturn is the 12th house Karaka, which is where you want to pay debts. You want to pay off, you want to clear out your debts. And Mars is a Karaka for debts. So in general, because Saturn and Mars rules the sixth house. So
Yes.
when they come together, it's like you want to break free from that and you are making a lot of effort, but you see delays coming in,
Mhm.
and also because of which sometimes you hate walking out from that door, because Saturn is saying, I hate going to my work environment because I just feel lethargic and I don't feel. So I think this time is a great time for you to really look at getting more sunlight. If you're living in a place, I would really say, because fourth house is also Shani,
Mhm.
the Yoga Karaka for you in the
Yes.
fourth house. Yoga Karaka means it's a planet ruling the fourth and the fifth. What I want to say is take more, seafood, which means I'm saying taking more of omega-3 fatty acids,
Mhm.
especially cod liver oil capsules, or even taking vitamin D3 supplements might be. But of course, I'm not a doctor, so
Right.
you need to really consult your physician
Okay.
to take that call. But I'm saying from an astrological perspective, I would say you would be low on these elements at this moment.
Okay. So that's it for this month for Libra. So that was just a heads up on if you have any kind of discomfort that you're feeling. But of course, always consult your physician first. We approach this on an astrological perspective. Okay, so for the Librans, for Libra Ascendant and Libra Moon, thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure you hit subscribe and like. We do this every month, and if you need to consult Dr. Pai, all his information will be at the description box. Bye, guys.